Today we are talking this guy, the iPad Air 4 2020 edition, whatever you want to call it, 1 year later. Does it still hold up? What do I like about it? What don't I? Let's find out. What is going on, everyone? If you're new around here, my name is Finn Badgley. I'm a commercial fashion portrait photographer and all-around content creator, and I've been using the 2020 iPad Air for over a year now, I think. I don't know when it was released. I've had it basically a year. I don't know. It was released about a year ago. Roughly. You get the idea. And here's the thing. I've had a lot of time to work out different quirks and find things that I like about it and things I don't. So with that said, let's get into it and make sure that you stay till the end of the video so you get my final thoughts on this bad boy. Now, right off the bat, there's a couple reasons that I got this thing. I do a little bit of illustrating, so I wanted to play around with that in things like Procreate. But I also wanted it to be a companion to my MacBook and just see if it could help me really up my photography workflow. I did a video earlier on where I got into a little bit of that using the iPad as a photographer, which I'll link up here. And since then, I've actually developed quite a lot of different opinions because I've actually been able to play around with things and find some things that really work for me. Now, right off the bat, there are some absolutely amazing things about this. For one thing, there's apps like Procreate and Lightroom Mobile that make my life very easy if I need to deliver a quick photo and don't want to go through the thing of importing the photos onto my hard drive, going through them on Lightroom, all that kind of stuff, and, you know, exporting it and send it. I can just load it on through my little USB-C hub. I actually did a fancy little thing here where I have Velcro on the back of that, Velcro there, and plug it in like so. And then I'm good to go. I can quickly edit a photo and send it off in mere seconds, if not minutes. And with that, it has actually improved my life quite a bit. It makes things a little more streamlined and a little easier. It also does currently function as a second monitor for me. Now, here's the thing. I know there is Apple AirPlay that I can use this as a second monitor in companion with my MacBook. However, that is the case with the 2016 or newer MacBook Pros. I am currently running the 2015 MacBook Pro, which I know it still has all the ports. So I'll be all right with that. That's just fine. And mainly I just use it for having Netflix or YouTube videos on or something like that while I'm editing away. And that's fine. That's really all I would use it for if I had it as a second monitor for the most part anyways. So I'm not really offended by that at all. The screen, it's absolutely amazing. I love it. I do have a simulated paper feel protector on there, which I find illustrating with is absolutely amazing. Now, here's the thing. I've had multiple tabs open as well as been drawing in Procreate while screen recording, and I am very surprised at how well this can handle it. Now, yes, the Apple iPad Pro, the new generation, has come out since then, where when this was released, it was comparable with the iPad Pro minus the higher refresh rate screen, the extra speakers, and that sort of thing. But also, I do love how this kept the fingerprint reader. That thing is just amazing, lightning fast, and I love it. I really would not want to get rid of it, especially now that I've had it. So I'm going to hold on to that, I think. But my point is, when I was using Procreate, screen recording, everything at the same time, very, very rarely will anything crash. And if it does, I just open up again and carry on, and everything's pretty much saved and there's no issues. It's only happened in the very many times that I've done it, I can count on one hand. It's happened like literally twice. And that's also because I had a bunch of things running in the background, which I know I shouldn't do anyways. Believe me, I am that type of person to have 25 tabs open at once. So whenever I give anything a review in terms of performance, you know that I am pushing it, because that's just how we roll here. So with that in mind, you can rest assured that the performance out of this thing is absolutely next level and can definitely keep up with just about anything you can throw at it. Now, I've been thinking I might do a little bit of a video where I try to edit one of my YouTube videos on this bad boy. And if you'd want to see something like that, actually, come to think of it, just comment down below. Let me know, and maybe I will edit my next video in this guy and then document that whole process to share with you and see what that's like. I know it's not the greatest, but I think they are making improvements to it, and you never know. We'll see what it's like. With that said, editing photos in Photoshop, it's it could use some improvements. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It can get the job done, but if you really need to do a lot of intensive editing, that's when you hop over to the computer. And that's what I do for a lot of the time. If I really need to edit a proper shoot or anything that I do, I'm just gonna jump right over to the computer, but this is a great companion for that. At the time of my earlier videos, I was trying to figure out solutions to quickly and reliably tether to this bad boy. And for the longest time, I couldn't really find a solution. But that is when I discovered the Cam Ranger 2. And this is something that I was looking at for a long time. Now, I'm not sponsored by Cam Ranger, nor am I sponsored by Apple for that matter. This is just an honest review after using it for a year with my honest thoughts. And here's the thing, that little device that has its own Wi-Fi hotspot that you connect your camera into and you can just have it clipped on your belt or something like that is freaking amazing, because suddenly I can just take this out on location. I can plug an external battery into it, and it's such a smaller footprint. There's no cables, there's nothing. I can stick this on a stand, on a cart. I can just hand it to the client and call it a day, and they can see all the images coming in just about as fast as Lightroom does, which is insane because there's no cables, there's nothing, and I don't have the client looking over my shoulder all the time. For me, that is an absolute game changer, and I absolutely love using this iPad for that reason, and many more, but that's besides the point. The screen on this thing is absolutely amazing. All my photos look beautiful on it, and I don't have any singular complaints. The screen is absolutely fantastic. Now, the one thing is, it could be a little brighter. Now, I know the new iPad Pro has a lot more nits of brightness than this guy does, but honestly, it's nothing where you look outside and suddenly you can't see anything. I also think the paper screen protector does help with that, as it takes out any real harsh glares or anything like that, so it's going to be easier. And one thing I did, just because I'm that type of person, is I actually made myself a little monitor shade, so that way if I'm outside looking at this guy and I can't really see too well, or if I'm doing a shoot tethering to it using the Cam Ranger, this is a way that the client can still see the pictures and see what the heck's going on without it causing an issue. So I actually took some pieces of what we call chloroplast. It's like that plasticky board that's kind of like cardboard, but not. It's weird. But what I did is I just put Velcro on the sides of it all in here, and then you can just put that guy like that, and suddenly you have a little monitor shade, and you can just look at all the different things you got going on. And I cut holes for the ports and everything like that, so it's not going to be an issue when you're actually using it. And you can see, like, if I'm looking at this and I have my light directly there, it actually blocks things pretty well. It does a really good job of it. Not to toot my own horn, but it's just something to keep in mind. If you're doing weird stuff like this and you want to view it in the sun, you can always make a monitor shade, or you can buy the new iPad Pro. I don't know. I have weird solutions to things like this. In all honesty, this thing actually makes my life a lot easier, both as an entertainment tool, a workflow resource, a note-taking device. For FaceTime and Zoom calls, it's amazing. I actually prefer the camera on this than using my MacBook Pro, and it makes more sense than using the camera in my cell phone. I have a little stand that holds this up and I can rotate it and all that kind of stuff. Honestly, it makes my life super easy. I can have this up on the one screen on a Zoom call, have my computer up here, typing away, taking notes, and it's just fantastic. It does the job every time, and honestly, that's all I would use for Zoom calls. That's it. Like meetings, catching up with friends, anything. That's all I use. That's it. Forget about it. Just don't need it. Don't need anything else. There you go. I mean, you could have a fancy setup with like different cameras rigged and stuff, but honestly, this works great. I've even gotten compliments that the camera quality out of it looks pretty decent, and that might also be partially because I light all my videos semi-professionally. I mean, I guess I am a professional, so they are professionally lit. I'm rambling. Yeah, I like it a lot. The different apps take a bit to get used to, but that's like anything else. And the thing that I didn't expect to use this for and enjoy it for is those times when you're early for picking somebody up and you need to wait 15 minutes or up to half an hour. Either they're running late or you're really early. I'm the type of person I always am early, so that's just how I am, and that's something I've gotten used to. So with that, I'll load a couple games on there and just play away and take a bit of my time. If I don't have any emails or any different things to get to, I can just do that. And it's a fantastic way to use this device. And honestly, like I said, even with the performance, I've never had it crash when I've been using any type of game whatsoever. So that's something that you can keep in mind as well. If you're going to be using this for your kids to play their games on, as well as a tool for you, it's going to do everything you want. And I have very few complaints about it. It's fantastic. The brightness, like I said, it could be a little better, but I found solutions for that. The performance handles exactly what I need. Some of the apps aren't quite up to what I would need for a professional level, but this is a mobile device, and that's what I use it for, is mobile, on location, workflow, that sort of stuff. And anything else, that's when I just hop over to the computer. So I'm not really offended by that at all. For me, personally, this isn't a laptop replacement, and I didn't buy it as a laptop replacement. This is a laptop companion to make my life easier. And that's what it does. If you're looking for a laptop replacement and you are any type of creative, I don't think that this is the one. I don't think they're quite there yet. But if you're looking for something to go along with your laptop that maybe will have it so you don't need to bring your laptop everywhere you go and worry about plugging in and this, that, and the other thing, then honestly, this is a great solution. And for the past year that I've had it, I've absolutely enjoyed it and do not regret it whatsoever. So that's it. The good, the bad. There's not really an ugly here. So there you go, my final thoughts on the 2020 iPad Air after using it for 1 year. And like I said, I definitely put this through its paces so you know you're getting an honest review. And honestly, I would absolutely buy this again. I have no regrets for it. Now, with all that said, drop a like if you like this kind of thing and you want to see different tech reviews from me in the future. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos so you never miss an upload. Work hard, rest often, and as always, I will see you on the next one.